drinking enough water, Mom? You sure about that? I think I'll make a mocktail. Yeah. You know how to mock something is to mimic it, right? So it's a boozeless cocktail. Boozeless. Take a little of this, mix it with a little of that. Boozeless cocktail, and I drink it with my mom, so it's a mocktail. I think I might go pick up garbage tomorrow with a city council member.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Better talk to somebody that actually has some experience with some stuff. You like that? You like that? Mocktail. I poured some cherry Sprite in with some fruit punch. Yeah. It's probably why my sugar's high, because I drink so much juices and stuff like that. Oh well. Oh, confounded. Huh? Hold on a sec. That's bright, man. What did you say? What was your question? The sugar? Alright. Do it a little bit earlier here. Blurp. Hi. Welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I am a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. If you don't like the lights, don't watch the video. I always figured when I started doing this talk, I always figured that I could be one of those storytellers that people could just listen to. They could put their phone in their pocket and just listen to while they're scrubbing toilets or, you know, pulling weeds or doing something else. You know, that's what I listen to people. That's what I do when I listen to people. Like doing chores, usually doing something to stay up on top of something, because before you know it, things get out of hand. So, as you can tell with the climate of the earth these days, how you feel? How you liking that full moon in Pisces, or if you're into Vedic astrology, it's in Aquarius. Either way, man, emotions are high. It occurred to me yesterday there was an occasion with a couple of the folks that go to the park yesterday. They got into it a little bit, exchanged words. You know, kids making dumb choices, you know. That's how you learn. Anyway. So, and these two guys, it occurred to me today that they were both Pisces. They're both Pisces men. And they're extra, you know, and the emotions, everybody's emotions are extra right now. It's just, everything is just amped up. It's like a whole bunch of electricity has just been freaking injected into the collective consciousness. And with all the space weather that's going on, the CMEs, you know, and it's just a lot of stuff. I was talking to this one guy today. He was one of the guys that got into a tiff yesterday with another guy. His placements in Western are my placements in Vedic. And I don't know if I've actually met somebody else that had the same placements either or, but until this fella. But it's kind of cool. He's but in Vedic, Pisces sun, Scorpio moon. I have the same moon in Western and in Vedic, and G-mini rising. So we're full spectrum people. From dark to light to dark, and I think one of the greatest lessons that I am to learn in this life is to keep it balanced. Is just to try and keep it as even keel as I possibly can. And it's not always easy. So I was just telling Mom as I was starting this talk that I think I might go down and pick up garbage with some. There's a city council person that's, doing their part. And they're gonna go meet and hang out at this place and pick up garbage. And if you wanna see, get if you want to be effective in this way, you got to go to where the people are that can be influenced. And kind of educate them on perspectives of how things are for people, and so I think I might do that. It's from 9 to 11. We'll see how things go in the morning. Mom got up pretty late. She slept in this morning, so I think the full moon's impacting her because she went to bed last night. But of course, yesterday she got up extra early she got up before the sun, and that's what I noticed is that's what she's doing is her inner clock is changing, so she's getting up with the sun and going to sleep with the sun. So what else? Oh, it's good to listen, to hear people have hopes and dreams and goals and things like that, and then to reach them. And for a while now, Zach's been talking about going on Gematria Effect News. He's been talking about going to New York City on 9/11 for a long time, and he made it, and that's really cool. It's really cool. I thought it was interesting, though. I gotta say, I can't not say my 2 cents worth, man. I listen to him a lot, and I don't think it's cool that Sweet Lady's not there. And clearly she's been to New York City before, so when she's wanted to do something, she's it's like if your desires are bigger than your disdain for whatever, involved, then things are changed. But we got a bunch of people that just go around, they just don't do anything except things that they want to do. And that's gotten us into a weird place. I don't know. She loves her man so much. Why does she want to drive across country and experience it with him? Just, if anything, to see how excited he is to do it. Just to support, That's all I'm going to say about that. So I wonder, and then see, I've been like that before. I've been with people that it didn't matter what I wanted to do, but if I wasn't there to show up for them, then I was unsupportive and all this, nonsense. So tomorrow's 9/11. I don't know if this is one of those stories that I share every year around this time, because it's hard for me. It's hard for me because I got, when you're told things, how things are, and then you have faith based on what you're told and by who, and then you get wrapped up and involved in stuff, in blind faith, doing stuff that you never wanted to do, and I enlisted in 2000, his mom's 50th birthday. I was 25 years old. I was older, 24. I don't remember what the cutoff is to go enlisted, but I screwed around a lot when I was younger and drank too much, and play it around, just my will, just do what I want, right? Just I never thought I was very book smart. 'Cause I never really believed a lot of stuff that they had in those books, so college wasn't really an option for me. And plus, I knew I was too big of a partier, and I wouldn't have ended up on academic probation, so I put off any kind of education till later. But I did go later and get at least, a couple degrees. So, and I took a couple courses for masters, but as a profession, I'm in IT, and I think that's just stupid. Master's degree for, especially when you learn, everything you learn is hands-on, and by the time, you learn stuff in college about information technology and business information systems and all this stuff, and by the time you're done with the courses and you get out into the world, everything's irrelevant. It's obsolete. Doesn't matter no more because somebody somewhere decided something else was a better idea. It's just stupid. The whole college education thing is dumb, but I listened to my brother. I just did what I was told. I did it to go to college is why I enlisted. Now my account of 9/11 that morning, it was like 9:30, something like that, a little after 9, something like that. Our flight chief, Sergeant, what was his name? He never freaking came down on the floor, and he was kind of a dirtbag airman. He's overweight, and his uniform wasn't that rad. Anyway, he came freaking barreling down the stairs from the flight office upstairs. I was in flight line support. Maintainer, maintenance, and wrench turner, and troubleshooter extraordinaire. And he came barreling down the stairs, and he tripped, and he had to catch himself, like grab the rail real tight, and like he did that thing where his feet like stuttered, like his foot slipped, and then he went boom down a couple stairs, and then he caught himself, got up, and he's like, the World Trade Centers are under attack. Everybody form in. It's just all just theatrics, right? So we just immediately just start deploying equipment, okay, because E4, okay, this is it. It's what we've been training for. Let's do this, right? No, we were busy all day, all day long. And so we got to work. It was like, when regular time, you get to work 7 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get back to my dorm and shower and change, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. It was after 10 at night, 10 p.m. And I forgot to mention when, because Offutt Air Force Base is where baby bitch Bush flew into, because that's that's where the president goes, and then they get on the doomsday plane, the E4 the planes, and then they do whatever, sit and go, ha, we really had them going, now we can make up pretend wars, we'll blame it on a guy in a cave. So he went taxiing by, and when the president is near everybody, no in and out of the buildings. You don't open doors. People stay in until the all clear, or it's you clear the area type thing. And I freaking opened the door out the freaking load bank tester door, and freaking just hung out, just gave him just as the plane went by, just maybe he'll look out the window and maybe he'll see. Maybe that cokehead junkie, freaking entitled scumbag, opportunist, cold-blooded killer, murdering, maybe he'll see me. I hope he did. Anyway, so fast forward, I was talking to my friends in California, and Gwendolyn said that, I can't believe they fell. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I can't believe that the towers collapsed. And I was like, what? There's no freaking way. There's no way. And so I walked up into the laundry room because I didn't have a TV in my dorm room. And they had TVs and stuff in there in common areas and stuff like that. And I still live in the dorms. And I looked up, and because they just had it on a loop, you know, like CNN or whatever. And I was just, I watched that. I was like, that was a controlled demolition. And I knew homeboy had been talking weapons of mass destruction, and I was like, dude's gonna be... See, that's why I only did 6, because I went to college, I was gonna be done. I'm talking... Even in the military, I'm talking shit about the military. I'm talking about, okay, all right, so now we start a war, you know? And then for just made up stuff. And then that's when I started thinking about, well, have they been making up stuff like this whole entire time? Yeah. I mean, everything, all the world's a stage. And I knew, I see, and I was always suspect of stuff because I question everything. I'm Scorpio moon. I questioned everything when I was a kid, you know, about like, well, how can a man be an actor in Hollywood and read lines and then go to DC? Oh, he's still reading lines. It's still a role. The role that these they're politicians, but they're paid actors. Athletes, they're paid actors. They literally have playbooks, like, you know, plays. Like, I'm gonna go watch my kid on a stage in a play. Same thing. NFL, sports, it's all scripted just to get people to focus on that, because if they're focusing on shit that doesn't matter, then they're not going to put our energies into things that do. Yeah. Definitely. It's as easy as that. If you distract the dummy, then they're not going to wise up to the narrative. So when I saw the towers fall, emotion came over. I knew we did it to ourselves. I knew it was a controlled demolition. Back in the 90s, I remember watching on PBS an actual documentary. They actually put it on TV of what a terrorist would actually have to do in order to get those buildings to fall. And then years later, see, because they tell us what they're going to do, and then they do it. And it's right in your face. And if you question it, they'll look right dead in your face and say, that's crazy. Why would anybody do that? That doesn't make any sense. Yep. Now, if I had a square foot of a place to live every time I heard that, right? You know? So, that's what I'm gonna tell some city council people tomorrow as I'm picking up garbage, my experience and my strength and my hope on how the future can be. You know, because just because it's been based on lies doesn't mean that we can't start over at any given time and build from a foundation of truth. You know? I was telling a guy today, because that guy that has the same placements, we were talking, I said, you know what, how I look at it? I don't look at the last 70 years as the queen, or that lizard lady. I don't look at her as the matriarch of the monarchy. I look at her energy as the patriarchal, the freaking toxic masculine energy withheld in the soul sack of a little freaking white lady. Yeah. Because the grossness of what she has done in her life. On Twitter, I retweeted earlier about a story, an account of a person that was witness to those 10 kids in Canada that just ended up missing. See, and it all goes with the hive mentality, you know, and like taking the essence You know, it's all so creepy. It's all so creepy. It's all so creepy. Never bow to no one. Yeah, I try. I try. I try. Well, I get on my knees for mom because it's easier for me to soak her feet, and the feet soaking. I got a little foot soaking tub for her. And so I got to get on my. So I kind of bow at mom's feet, but it ain't in a subservient. It's in service. So, you know, so I'm doing that. Yeah, Zach's on his pink cloud, man. I hope he takes care of himself. See, that's the thing is people get carried in the flow of energy, and they're just go 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 go. But you got to mind the dip. He's got to freaking. I'm glad that he stopped talking and stuff, and hopefully he's gonna. Conserve some of his energy and save and take it easy the rest of the night and get ready for tomorrow. But it was cool to see, it's good to, I've never had support like that. And that's in this Pisces energy, that's a realization that I've come to is being honest with myself is that Marge, how often are you getting mad at people because you're jealous of what they have? That's hard to look at. That's a tough one, because I try not to do it. I try just, okay, yeah, good for, what, but I see people in life sometimes and I catch myself too, and that's my own freaking discomfort I'm causing myself, comparing my insides to other people's outsides. Well, how come that dumb shit has a freaking wife? I can't even find someone I want to take on a date, That's not fair. How come? So that's something I've been made aware of the last couple days, and I'm really starting to take a look at, because I can continue down the freaking path of just really struggling with being mad all the time and just that's not fair and how come this, that, and all, the whine, or I can just, not focus on it and try a different trajectory. And if I don't, like how my life is, then I can act in different ways and make different decisions to put me on a different path. Hi, PETA. Yeah, full moon's still out. See, last night it didn't come out here. Because it was cloudy and like rainy and stuff here last night. So I was pretty excited about that. But that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, I feel like the energy of that freaking lizard lady that died was like, because she's just wicked. She's just like void of spirit. I don't know why. Well, people want to believe in stuff, and I guess I know that I'm not going to believe in stuff that's a lie. And with somebody that has people with a family, and I mean, I got trouble with people that have so much every day that don't freaking give to people that don't. I mean, that's like one of the things that I do is I talk out about, where's all the open-heartedness there? Are people opening their heart yet? Nope, not yet. They still got their freaking 5, 6, 7 houses in 5 different states. But yeah, I was real sad to see, and I knew it. I knew he was gonna start it. I knew he was gonna start that BS, And then so 2003 comes rolling around, and my part in Operation Iraqi bullcrap. I gotta live with that. I gotta live with freaking supporting a mission that killed potentially thousands of civilians and innocent people. And I saw the video because that stuff circulated around in in emails on base, the real security emails. I saw the freaking bombers freaking lighting people up and laughing. I saw the pilots lighting people up, just shooting civilians like fish in a barrel, and just And I about threw up because that's what I opted to be a part of for a college degree, because my brothers used to always say, if you got to go to college to have a degree to be anybody. And you know what the funny part of it is I don't use my college degree. I haven't used my college degree in 6 years since I became a stay-at-home daughter. So, a lot of good that does. I don't think anybody should even bother with college. Have one person go to college and then get the syllabus, and then have 6 or 7 of your friends, have the person tell 6 or 7 of their friends that want the same education, print out the syllabus, give it to them. Give them the same science, the same assignments, teach them the same stuff. And guess what? Then you got 7 people getting an education for the price of one, right? Because F accreditations, people want to know what you know. They accredited college. I mean, how many scumbags have honorary college degrees? How many honorary college degrees has Bill Cosby had? The freaking rapist, freaking pervert, druggie, scumbag. They put people up on these pedestals just like the statues of the false for profits. Keep people to love people, love the athlete, love the actor, love the actress, love that local politician. Because if you're paying attention to that stuff, you're not helping the people that need it. You might be talking about helping the people that need it, but it never trickles down. It never trickles down. Name one person. I've known a lot of people in my life, and I've never known one person that has ever benefited from one non-profit organization. Not once. There's not one place where I live that you can call and be like, oh my God, I'm on the streets, I need help. Okay, let's get you off the streets. No, that doesn't exist. It could, but they care more about skiing and the airport here. Yeah, than people. They want to bring in more money, right? So they want to just if you ignore all the people of poverty around here, if you ignore all the people that are in a bad way, that are destitute, there's a lot of kids, their parents are drunks, junkies, stuff like that. No guidance, no support. They're just trying to figure out how to navigate life, And they're not going to go to school and freaking tell everybody about it, because guess what? The school just put you into the system, and then you're going to be worse off, right? Because that's what systems do. Systems are not designed, they're not created to help the average person. They are money laundering and resource hogs to absorb and draw in funds so that these people can feel important about themselves, with their titles and their job description. But if you have an idea of what you can do to help people, they'll say, no, that's not in my job description. Well, whose job description is it? Because it needs to be in somebody's. Yeah? Things are going to change. Whether the control frequencies on this planet like it or not, it's already happened, it just hasn't happened yet. All the stuff that they're afraid of, it's going to happen. The shift is happening. People aren't buying into it anymore. There's too many people that have been a part of this stuff saying it's crap, it's nonsense, it's bullshit. And people eat it up. They buy it. Because then when they get those days off, like on the 4th of July and all those Memorial Day and all that was go Team Raw, they're not thinking about, oh my God, we are the culprits. We are. Americans are the antagonists. And how many people did I serve with? How many people are real sorry about that? I'm sorry for my part in it. My amends in life is to just try and meet all life forms with respect, and try not to cause harm to anything or anyone. That's what I try to do because of my part in killing a lot of people that we had no business messing with. Yeah, but look at how many people that got to, their sign on their that signed on their reenlistment bonus, got it all see, because it's the beast serves so many people. The beast serves so many people, so people they're not going to talk crap about the hand that feeds them. So they're just going to be like, "Hey, don't you talk bad about my military. Don't you talk bad about my military." Have you seen your military now? To 2022 readiness, crap. Your military got lazy. Even everybody got lazy in the last couple years. Just let themselves go, Now for everybody's gonna have a chance. Something's gonna come up, and you're gonna need to be the best version of yourself, and people are just gonna fall terribly short. Next couple of weeks are going to be real interesting. It's going to be real trippy. Real trippy. People's true colors. They're going to come shining through. They are. The weirdos, man. The nut jobs. They are everywhere. Now, maybe my algorithm is different than yours. Because, I don't know, the stuff I look into, it's a lot darker than the average person. But it's from light to dark to light again. You gotta be aware of what's out there. And there's a lot of boogie men and women out there. There's a lot of boogie women and men out there. There's just a lot of people that just like to take the essence of. Because if somebody forever feels bad about something that happened in their life, that they're not gonna be thinking about the joy. So I'm here to tell people that you can have had a lot of awful things happen in your life. It still come from a place of love in your heart. And I'm not even, I've been looking my whole life at what the definitions of love are. And I got an idea of conceptualized as I understand it. But one thing I do know, from not being a part of a whole lot of groups, not being embraced by a whole lot of people in my life, I know what love isn't. Yep, that's for sure. What do Kingston Town in Philadelphia? I don't see, and I get freaking, like, I see little videos. I don't know about Kingston Town in Philadelphia, but I get little videos on Twitter, where it'll be like, this is Philadelphia, and it's a bunch of people on a sidewalk. They're just drugged out of their minds. They're just not on this earthly plane, and they really do mimic and make me visually reminded of zombies in The Walking Dead. Yeah? It's almost like we were conditioned for that to be normal. It's a trip, but I'm Native American. I guess it's my DNA, my spirit has never been into that. I've been my pride of country and stuff, but once you start delving into your heritage and seeing all the nastiness the colonists did, and one of the fucking biggest dickheads on the planet, Bobby Coyle, he lives in Philadelphia. And he's actually the husband of a girl that I used to be in love with, like, years ago. She was the most karmic relationship I ever had. We were like on and off for 8 years, but we go in between like 18 months where we wouldn't speak, but we'd see each other because we went on the same circles and had the same friends and stuff like that. But we just wouldn't exist. We pretend like each other. We would just ignore each other. And she ended up marrying this guy. She was like 21. I was gonna go talk to her for the first time at a conference, at a recovery conference. And he was the Thursday night speaker. And she was 21. I was 26, 27, 26. And he was 42. And they ended up, he had his move yeah, he was known for doing this. He'd go all over the country because, you know, they'd have conferences and they'd, you know, oh, you should invite this guy. You should invite, you know, so everything's set up. Everything's a club, even in freaking recovery. And so they had this guy come out and he would go to places, you know, they'd pay for his hotel, his lodging, you know, they'd give somebody, you know, or he could stay at somebody's house, or, you know, they'd treat him right, pay for his or pay for his plane tickets and stuff, and then he'd find the girl that he liked the most, and then freaking go like pull a freaking Epstein or a freaking, you know, one of those pervy things. Well, oh, let me jerk off for you. That kind of, yeah, nasty dude, you know. So she ended up marrying him, and he's a cop in Philadelphia, and he's like the stereotypical, he's like my brother. He's like the stereotypical of all the crap that I talk about, all these freaking egomaniacal a-holes, they all have like the same story. They all come from the same, you know, mommy issues. You know, mommy, maybe she didn't hold him. You know, I got mommy and daddy issues, so it ain't nothing to me. Neither of them freaking, you know, how much when I did my formative years, a lot. But we're past that. But anyway, he yeah, like they do 2 years. They'll do like the minimum in something. So like he did the minimum in the Air Force. Did the least amount as he possibly could. I think he actually even was up in Fairbanks, and I ended up going up there twice. Or I think he was even, we were like at the same place. It's weird how that happens. Anyway, and he's just a piece of crap, you know, and now he's a union guy. He's a union guy. Because he was a cop, and then he retired from that, so he went for like the, you know, the Philadelphia Police Union, brotherhood of fucking bullshit, you know. He's one of those gunners, you know. He fits all the crap. He brags about, I mean, he's a total Jesuit. He brags about how his fucking middle name is Ignatius. I mean, he's just a total fucking creep, dude. I mean, all across the door, he checks all the box, all the marks on the box. He checks them all, man, all of them. As to, you know, and he always just loves his beloved freaking Philly, Philadelphia, his beloved. And now every time I see videos of it, of what's happening there, I was just like, man, is this karma? Do I get to see? Like, I know it just he's shitting himself because he's just such a control freak, you know. He can't fix his precious city, you know. I mean, it's just. It's hilarious, man. It's fucking hilarious. He loves the Phillies. I'm like, yeah, sports are rigged. You know, just all the paradigms of people that are, you know, complete bullshit. You know, but that's the thing, is they got to create these fake systems because they're such fake human beings that they wouldn't know how to navigate on this planet if they had to act from a place of authenticity. Yeah. They wouldn't know what to do. That's why most people don't say anything, because they just, it's like white noise in their head. Yeah. Yeah. Quick, give me an original thought, you know, and they're like, what's that? So things are going to get crazy. Things are just going to get nutty. Me and Mom, we're staying close to home, huh, Mom? We ain't even going. I went down to because in the morning I got all this energy, and I'm trying not to get overly obsessive with my weights. So I'm trying to get, so like I'm walking in the park, or I'm going and I'm walking, or I'm walking downtown, or I'm trying to do things, you know, get different forms of exercise, because I keep lifting weights and I don't want to get too upset, you know. Like yesterday I was like, I'm not going to freaking do them today. And then I do 300. So I'll probably do some sets tonight, but I don't know. Things are definitely getting crazy. That's for sure. And the tempers, man. It's just more of the same. It's just all comes down to emotional control. All comes down to emotional control. You know, and it's for me too. You know, I mean, we're in Mars and Gemini. This is my natal placement. This is my natural energy. So that when people are having struggle with these energies, I'm like, this is how I've learned. Because my natural state, I don't know how to understand if people realize that my natural state is just talking shit, talking smack, talking, you know, being a wise guy, you know. And then I'm a pretty defensive person, because the first part of my life I was offensive on the offense, and I freaking, you know, I've been hit a lot. I've been caught off guard a lot. I've been duped a lot. So you gotta be a little bit more careful, you know. I do have trust issues. Not to say that I do not trust people. I just, you know, sometimes say we'll see. Oh, I went down this morning. I was gonna go. This lady invited me down. She has a dog groomer place, and she wanted me to come down and take pictures. Cause so when Halloween comes around, when her customers come in to have their dogs groomed, she wanted me to take pictures of them in costumes and stuff like that. And so I went down there, and I was like, all right, you know, I'm here. And she was like, okay. And I had my camera, and she totally forgot that she asked me to come down. And I was like, I just show up, man. People, I just show up. That's all. It's such a trip, man. It's such a trip. I don't think people, I wish people could realize how hard I work to try and make things happen. And that's how I understand that time is all divine. That everything is by, you know, whatever. It's not about me going out and taking what I think it's worth. It's about me navigating and finding in life the things in which are for me, because most things aren't. And it's not because I haven't tried. Everything I don't have in life, it's not from lack of effort. It's been a lot of effort. It's been a lot of no's. It's been a lot of doors in my face. It's been a lot of just being ignored. It's been years and years of it, and I understand why. Because I'm a strong person. I'm a very strong woman, and I have a lot of masculine energy. And when people feel inferior, when people are fearful, when people are afraid of scary people, for whatever reason, in me, they see the scary person. It's a trip. It's weird. So, what are you going to do? Keep trying every day. I wake up, I get a little excited. Maybe this is the day that things change, or the change, you know, because it just, people's lives change in a second, in a heartbeat. And we've had a lot of scary stuff happen. I'm ready for the good stuff. You ready for the good stuff, Ma? Yeah? Yeah, we're long overdue. Anyway.